All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is my 1930 model AA pickup. This is a 1.5 ton chassis. And this thing is so perfect. The only rust is right here. It's the size of my dang thumb. But nothing else. Look at that. It's perfect. Look at that. Even under the pan. It's beautiful. The fenders have some cracks and crappy welds in them. A little bit of lead poking up out here. But look at that baby. It is gorgeous. And then the headlights are big enough that we can put new style lights in it. We're only gonna keep the grill shell. We're not gonna keep this radiator. Got a little bit of an issue with the door latch here. It's not coming all the way back up or out. Look at that Model A steering wheel. Look at how pristine that thing is. It's got the cracks, typical cracks, but it's complete. I'm not entirely sure what this little knob does, but it's cool. Got the wood in the roof still. I don't know what we're gonna do with that. I might do a rag, I might just keep it the way it is, but that'll be after it's running and driving. All of the glass is there, and it's in good shape, so I can get that glass removed and get templates made, so that way I can get it made out of safety glass. And the windshield, there's no curve in the windshield, just this small cut here, and that thing should come out just easily. Even got a little windshield wiper, a little hand windshield wiper in it. Look at that. If you can't tell, I am just freaking giddy. Looks like the front fenders broke out there a little bit, but that is okay. These front fenders are just everything's so solid on this truck. And I'm gonna put my little touch in it. That's the only reason those fenders move is a couple of bolts undone, but nothing's actually broken. And it's just awesome. All right, so we're getting somewhere. This is the first day with the truck. Finally got it in the garage, which was kind of a pain in the ass. I cut the rear half off because originally the center line of the rear axle was back about here, and the rest of the frame stuck out past the door, and I couldn't have that. So I chopped it off, took the rear axle out, used the grinder and cut out these rivets. For the front spring piece that I can't remember the name of. And then I just kind of set the axle on here, or under here, and just kind of like set it on its weight. We're gonna come up with the frame, and then we're going to build our spring pockets straight flat off the bottom there and over. And that's where our spring is gonna set. So this is actually going to be, I'd say about another 6 inches up. I don't know. Let me grab a tape measure. Where did it go? All right, I got my tape measure here. So by moving the spring pocket from here to the bottom of the frame, we're going to gain, looks like 3 inches. Yeah, so we'll gain another 3 inches in height by building that pocket off of here, and then it's gonna be like flat on the bottom, and then I'll gusset it to here, and then I'll put a ring around it that is the same diameter as the spring, and a piece that goes into the center of it to keep that spring local, so it can't jump around. This section, this back section here is bent. This part is fine, but this bottom section here is where the bump stops were. The bump stop was mounted right here, and it was like, I don't know, it had to have been bottomed out quite a bit at one point. It's bent the same on both sides. But that's okay, we're gonna cut this out, and we're actually gonna end up putting our trailer hitch in here, and all kinds of stuff. Fuel tank will go back here. We're gonna build out all of this. All of this is gonna be built out, so I'm not too concerned about it. As for the Panhard Bar, the factory Jeep Panhard Bar, should work out okay. I'll just build a drop bracket off of there to run that across. But other than that, God, doesn't that look freaking sweet? All right, maybe this will help better visualize what I'm talking about. So instead of it going all the way across like this, we're gonna come with a piece from here. We're gonna use some scrap off of the frame from the back of it. And we're gonna go from here. It's gonna come out and then come around and go back. So it's just going to be like a half oval shape that's gonna come around the top of the spring. And then we'll go from here and we'll build some gussets that come up the side of the frame to support it that way. Then we're gonna come with a piece of probably 1 or 2 inch thick 1/4 inch flat stock, and we're gonna loop around the bottom of it in an entire circle that'll house this spring. Then we'll come from in the middle of it downwards with a piece of pipe, and then we'll put our bump stop inside of there, inside that piece of tubing, so that way it sits right there. Yeah, I think that explains it a little bit better. All right, I figured I'd do a little update. It's been 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4 hours since I got out here last, sorry. Engine, transmission, and transfer case are sitting in. I wanted to see what the grill shell looked like. The fenders are a little bit more beat than I thought they were originally. But they'll be fine, I think. Everything's just kind of sitting there for right now. The engine, without cutting into the firewall, I got about 1 inch of actual good clearance back there. And then that pulley sits right there, which the original engine pulley sat right here. So this one is, quite a bit longer. But as for, do I really care that it's sticking up that much? Not really. And I'm debating on cutting into the side of the grill shell and cutting into the side of the hood and making the, just allowing the power steering pump to poke out along with the exhaust manifold, but I don't know. I may not even run a hood. I may run it without the hood and just put the fenders back on it and call it good. But right now I gotta make sure this is where I want the engine to be at. Build me some motor mounts off of the old mounts from the Jeep. But as for right now, I mean, she sits in there just fine. It sits nice and low. It's not all messed up. The pan's not sitting too high or low. So don't forget to like and subscribe.